Welcome, So Very Merry Series, Day 4.
And there it is. And I have to say, as we're progressing in the week, this one might be my favorite now. They're all so pretty, but I really like this one. It's very simple, pretty. Opens like this. And then it's got the faint little bell behind the words. So let me bring in the supplies. This is real red, and it's going to be a vertical fold, and I have white for the inside. Then we have olive green and white for the front, and olive green, red, and white for the front, and a small piece of the More Dazzle 6x6 Designer Series paper. So I will have all of the measurements, the supplies I used, and shopping links on my blog. And if you do shop with me, that is my host code. If you comment on today's card, thank you for commenting, and you will be entered to win today's card, and I announce those winners on Monday. And make sure you subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I make a new video. And I don't know if you saw this, but my August host code gift, any purchase of $50 or more before tax and shipping, and I will be sending you the 2224 in color pearls. So that's all the fun stuff that we can get out of the way, and now we can make our card. So I saw the scrap, and I'm going to bring in Memento ink and the little bell stamp. Do you ever buy a stamp set just for one image? That might sound crazy, but I've done it. Okay, so I stamped that twice, and we're going to do some really easy coloring with the stamping blends. And I'm using light and dark real red and light and dark old olive. So when I color it, it's supposed to reflect stained glass. So I'm using the small end of the tip, and I am coloring the little rectangles, the little areas, just here and there. Let me bring in my sample here. And I'm not putting the same color next to each other, so I'm skipping a spot. Some of them are going to end up next to each other. That's okay. But we'll color in our bow. So it's a very subtle difference, but when you look at it in person, you can see the light and the dark, and it kind of reflects that stained glass. Now I'm going to color in the bell in light and old olive, light and dark old olive, and I'm going to color in the little bell tip with the red. So that's how it looks when you're all done. Really looks cool, doesn't it, with the light and the dark colors. So now I'm going to cut this out. Fussy cut is what you call it. But I just want to show you really quick. I'm not going to fussy cut like I normally do. I'm going to make it kind of choppy. So that means when I come to a corner, I'm going to make it a sharp edge. And I just think that goes better with this type of shape, kind of like the stained glass window shape. So I'm making it more sharp than curvy, because that's kind of the way the stamp is. Just like that. So I'm going to cut the other one out too real quick. Okay, let's put our card together. So I am going to glue the old olive and the white matte together. This is embossed with the Merry Melody embossing folder, which I think is really cute to go with the ringing of the bells. So I'm going to glue these two pieces together, and then I'm going to glue this onto the front of the card. Now I'm going to glue the More Dazzle Designer Series paper right in the center. Now I'm going to glue these three pieces together. I've got the old olive, the real red, and the white. So as you can see, it has very teeny tiny trim. Every one is just a little bit tinier, and it really looks effective and impressive on your card. Now I'm going to add the bells with dimensionals, and I'm also going to pop up the whole piece with dimensionals. But all these sizes are going to be on my blog after the video, so you don't have to worry about that. So the front is done, and we're just going to stamp the inside real quick. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in real green. And then in Old Olive, I'm going to stamp the bell. I'm bringing in a scrap so I can stamp off. And whenever you stamp behind a sentiment, you do want it to be kind of faint. It gives it more of an effect. Oh! Shoo! It didn't land on my card. So you can see how subtle that bell image is behind the sentiment because it's stamped off. So there is your 4th card of the week. What do you think? Simple but beautiful, right? It's really impressive. It's one of my favorites, like I said. It's just very subtle but beautiful. So I do hope that you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow I have a fun fold, and it's one that I've not done before, so it's new to me. And so I hope you join me at noon. Remember to visit my blog for all the measurements and supplies. And don't forget to comment so you will be entered to win today's card. And I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.